Hello folks, this is John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. Today I'm going to go over the newest addition to our inventory. This is a little bit different from what we typically get in here. Usually we have some, pretty refined cars here in our showroom. Today we're going to go over this car. This car was brought to us just because kind of the condition that you see it in. This is a 1980 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. Now this car here, I want to be upfront with you. It is an unrestored, unmolested, numbers match, all original 1980 Camaro Z28. So what that means is it's going to have some dents and dings around it, some imperfections in the paint. We're going to do our walk around here as we normally do. Hopefully you're able to see everything here in the photos and videos, but always keep in mind, as I always try to remind you folks out there, especially on a car like this, if there's anything at all that you're concerned about, any questions about the condition and so forth, definitely hit us up, give us a phone call, an email, a text. Ask us. We're going to have 100 photos plus the video of this car on our website and all the various websites we advertise on. But in this particular case, if you don't see anything in those photos that you need to, give us a call. Let us do the work for you. We'll get you some more photos and videos of whatever it is that you're looking at or looking for. So again, on this particular car, we'll give you the generals on it right now. So that would be a nice red exterior, really, again. All the metal on this car is original. You're not going to see any rust. You're not going to see any Bondo, nothing like that whatsoever. It's a good, solid car here, what we're seeing here. But red exterior, it does have the Z28 stripes here on the sides with all the striping and the emblems and so forth on the hood and everywhere else, grills and tail panel and such. We'll see all of that as we walk around here. It does have the original 15-inch aluminum Z28 wheels here that this car would have came with from the factory. On those wheels, we do have a nice set of Cooper Cobra radial GTs. The sizes on these are 225, 70, R15s, and that's on all four corners of the car. So the main issues really on this car, things like the plastics on it, really. So like your front end, the ground effects, the spoiler, and your fender flares here, you're going to have, where it, gets kind of sun bleached or, maybe buffed through or something from over the years. Again, it's 1980 untouched car, but everything is in great shape though from what we're seeing here on the vehicle. You've got your fender scoops here for your air outlets here. Those are all in good shape. As far as your door gaps here, front to back, all look pretty good on this car. As a matter of fact, all of your elevations are right on with the fenders and the quarter panels, and of course all your body lines are lining up just fine. This car does have the dual color matched mirrors here on the exterior of the car. Those are in good shape. Glass equally in good shape on those mirrors. As far as all of the glass in the car, the windshield, side windows, and rear glass, all of these are all slightly tinted. And they're all in good shape. I don't see any cracks or anything on those windshields or any of the side glass or rear glass. Those are all in good shape. All of your moldings here present. They're all fitted down nice and tight here. The black moldings here on that front windshield and on the back glass. When we get around there, you'll see that. Of course, your moldings here up around your rain gutters here. Those are in great shape. Bright rain gutter moldings there. They're nice and straight all the way around here. Again, you've got your door wipers here as whenever you roll that window down. Those are all in good shape there too, all solid, no splits in any of those. Door handles in great shape. Let's go ahead and open our door up. We'll take a look at the interior. Again, as I say, untouched, unmolested, unrestored. That goes for the interior as well. This interior is in great shape. As you can see, that nice tan or like the saddle colored interior, always a nice look in my book anyways. You do have the factory dash, factory gauges in there. You've got your heater controls down there also. It does have, I think that's probably an aftermarket AM/FM cassette player, full center console there for the automatic shifter. This car does have power windows in it. It's also got a tilt steering wheel as well. Carpeting, there's no rips or tears. The seat upholstery, I don't see any, no rips or tears in any of the seat upholstery. All of your seat belts are there. And again, your dash, there's no cracks or splits in the dash. And it does have the remote adjust driver's side mirror. Now again, all of your weather stripping up around the tops of the windows here, all in great shape. There's no tears or cracks or anything missing there. All of your weather stripping around the door, that's all here and in great shape. Nice and soft all the way around. Even your little rubber bump stops, all of your decals here that would be on the door from the factory, those are still there. We'll close this up. And we'll head on back to the rear section of the car. Again, that rear glass, the molding around the rear glass here is in good shape here. The trunk lid itself, gaps all the way around the trunk are very uniform, side to side, front to back. Everything looks good here. You've got your rear trunk spoiler here with the ears. Those are in good shape. Decals that continue around the rear of the car here. Your taillights, the actual lenses aren't in real bad shape at all. Maybe showing a little bit of wear over here. And over this side here, this side looks actually really good here. Now again, the Z28 here, the Camaro itself, what you always did to get into the trunk was open this up. Of course, your gas filler is right there also, but we'll go ahead and open our trunk up, take a peek inside. So the key works the trunk latch. We'll close that. Your weather stripping all the way around here is all, to me, that looks all original, but still in really good shape. Your rain gutters and water channels here, all good and solid here, so that's going to help direct all your water and so forth right out the back of the car here. The underside of the trunk, all painted the same red as the exterior of the car. Your little bump stops here, those are present as well. Of course, your springs holding up the trunk lid as it should. You've got your wire here going up in for your light. The actual trunk floor itself, we'll take a look at that real quick. The trunk floor itself is in really nice shape. And as a matter of fact, when we get to the underside video, I think a lot of you may be surprised at really how nice this car is on the underside here. And we'll go into like all of our drive line and so forth once we get to that point. But again, you've got the full set of floor mats here with the embroidered Z28 on those. So you got that front and rear floor mats. We'll close this up. Okay, that shuts easy. Looks to be a power antenna along with that radio that's in there. As we come around the passenger side of the car, again, you're just going to see more of the same here. Again, the paint on the car, again, for the most part, is really nice as far as how old the actual vehicle is. All of your moldings, again, on this side, the bright moldings around your rain gutters in great shape here. Again, the wiper here for your window, your side window, in good condition. Gaps to the back side and the front side of the door here in great shape. Decals for the most part are in really good condition too for as old as what the car is. Again, you get to see the condition of the wheels on this side of the car, the Cooper Cobra tires, all in great shape. Like I said, the main thing really is kind of your ground effects. Again, just kind of showing the age of the paint, the finish on those. But again, they're still all good, solid. Let's go ahead, open up our door now on the passenger side so you get to see the interior now from this side of the car. Again, door panels in great shape. Your weather stripping on your doors, up around your glass, everything is nice. The dash itself, for a 1980 unrestored, couldn't ask for much nicer here as far as that goes. Even if you look at that center console where the door is for it that you flip up to get into your glove box there, that thing, normally you'll get splits in those from just resting your elbow from all the wear and tear. No splits or cracks in that upholstery whatsoever. So again, that looks really good on this car. So we'll go ahead and close it up from this side. Okay, and it shuts really nice and easy there. As I already mentioned, you've got the matching mirror on this side. Again, your air vents here on the fenders. And then you got your air induction hood. This was a Z28 thing. Scoop is in real good shape here. Of course, you've got your decal here, like I said, just showing a little bit of its age there from being probably, you know, sun bleached and so forth. As far as the fitment of the hood, again, it should be really nice. As we see here, gaps all the way around, very uniform. Again, that is a factory hood there, so should be no problems with that. As far as the front end of the car here, your front bumper, obviously on the 1980s, they were all plastic here, so you'll see, you know, some issues with it. It does have a little crack here on the front end. As far as your headlamps go, all of your marker lights and your driving you know, lamps, all of that stuff is in good shape on this car. There's no chips, cracks, anything like that. The grills themselves, both of your top one and your lower one, those are in great shape. There's no breaks in any of that. Good and solid. Got your Z28 emblems down here. Of course, you can see ours does have the license plate mount down there on the lower right hand side. We've got our Hankster's plate down there, and then up underneath it you do have that front air dam, which has the striping that runs across there. And like I said, all those plastic parts, that's kind of where you see a majority of, you know, that, you know, what you see kind of aged on the car. Now, what I'm going to do now is going to go underneath the front end here. We'll find our hood latch and get this hood open for you so that we can talk a little bit about the engine and about the drive line. So we'll reach underneath here. It's actually pretty far up underneath here. And I was just underneath here a little bit and found it. There we go. We got it. So it's a little bit of a reach, especially with having some short arms here. But the actual hood itself, now that we've got it open, good solid hood here. The underside all done black here. Actually inside the engine compartment here, this would have been all black. Again, nothing has been touched on this car from factory. You've got the factory air cleaner there, the whole air cleaner assembly, all right there. Now this is the original numbers match 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet engine. It is a power brake with having disc brakes on the front, drums on the rear. It is a power steering car. It also has the factory AC components all hooked up here too. So again, all, you know, from the originality standpoint, you've got it right here on this car. Rochester 4-barrel Quadrajet carb on there. Still got the cast intake on it. The stock valve covers there. It does have a set of long tube headers. Those going back into a full dual exhaust, or I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it actually goes into a transverse mounted muffler with dual outlets on it, which we'll see that here in just a moment once we put it on our lift. It's got an HEI distributor on it, so that's, you know, a good upgrade to have there. Like I said, factory you know, OE style radiator here with the clutch fan and the shroud. So again, like I said, as far as, you know, from an originality standpoint, this car is really it. It runs and drives great too for you know, a 1980 car. So that's pretty much it as far as the engine goes. Now behind this motor for the transmission, we do have a turbo 350 automatic transmission, and then it does have a 10-bolt POSI rear end with a 350 gear in it. And that's the big 10-inch ring gear to the 8.5-inch ring for the 10-bolt. So you got a good strong rear end in the car. Driveline, like I said, is great. Suspension, once we get under there, I'll show you all that stuff. It's all in good shape. The underside is really fantastic on this car. And like I said, again, to reiterate, good metal all the way around on this car. It's just, it's got, you know, a couple little, you know, dents and dings in it. And of course, the ground effects and so forth on it, showing the age of the paint, you know, for the car. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, what we're going to do next is get this on our lift. We'll show you that complete underside, and we'll fire this motor up for you so you get to hear what the engine sounds like in it. As I mentioned before, any questions whatsoever, if you need any more photos, any more videos, give us a call. Let us go to work for you. Let us help you make your decision on getting your next classic muscle car. And then the only other things that I like to go over is things like our shipping, our warranty, and as far as anything that goes like accessory wise, anything extra. Now whether it be for this car or any other car, first and foremost, shipping. Most of our cars with the retail price includes shipping, free shipping enclosed anywhere within the 48 contiguous states of the United States of America. Now if there was any cars that don't qualify for that, or maybe our warranty, definitely check it out on our company website at www.hanksters.com. Each car will tell you exactly if that's included or not. If the warranty is in fact included on a car, what that's going to entail is the Hanksters 3-month, 3,000-mile powertrain warranty, which would include anything internally lubricated on the engine, transmission, and or rear end. So that's that. And then as far as accessories, whether it be this car or maybe one of the other cars that you're looking at on our website, we do have the ability to do installs on a lot of different things. So if there's something that you're maybe wanting to have added to that car, again, give us a call. Let us go to work for you. We will be glad to get you some pricing as far as parts and labor, let you know what it would be to have that installed for you. With that said, let's go underneath the car next, show you the underside here, and then fire this engine up. Hey folks, so we are here back in our area here on the lift where we do the underside videos, and we're going to go over this 1980 Camaro Z28 here from front to back, the complete underside. Tell you exactly what we've got underneath here, which is pretty much all OEM factory stuff here. This is an original, all original Survivor car here. So again, just to kind of reiterate what that kind of means is it means that nothing's really been touched on this car throughout all these years. 1980, this car, you know, was, you know, obviously driven, used a little bit, but I'll tell you what, honestly, this thing is in really good condition underneath here. So we're going to go through that. I'm going to show you exactly what we've got here. Everything is super solid and looks really good underneath here. So let's go ahead and get started here. So at the front of the car here, obviously on the Z28, you did have that front air dam or that chin spoiler there. That in combination with all your ground effects, with your, you know, your the ground effects that go around the wheel wells and so forth that you obviously saw on the exterior photo there. So all of that's really in good condition here. Again, those, you know, are obviously fiberglass pieces, and there's no cracks in those. I mean, this thing is in good condition as far as the structure of it goes. Back a little bit further here as I look up to see the radiator. This is original stuff here, OEM radiator, the actual fan shroud, the clutch fan that's up there. Again, all of that would be original. We'll come back here to the cross member, the front cross member. Again, this thing's in really nice shape here, nice and straight. Of course, that's a big thing with these cars because obviously all your suspension is all hung off of that. So based off that, suspension will be next. This is all stock OEM stamped steel components here. So your upper and lower control arms, those are both just your stamped steel components there in good shape. All the bushings, all the ball joints, your tie rods, tie rod ends, drag length, pitman arm, all of that's been checked over and everything's in good roadworthy condition. It's been greased and maintained. And then as we get out here to the brakes, we do have power brakes on this car, and it's disc brakes on the front end of the car. Again, just stock GM components. So there's nothing on this front end here that you can't just probably go to your local auto parts store and pick up the replacement parts for whenever you go to maintain that stuff. The rest of the suspension, as far as the shocks and springs, again, all your mounting locations, your mounting hardware, bushings and so forth, all of that that is in all good condition on this car. As we get to the wheels and the tires, these are going to be the factory original wheels for the Z28 Camaro. This is a 15-inch aluminum wheel. Obviously you see the gold inserts here. That's exactly how they were from the factory. It's got the correct center caps on them as well, and a nice set of Cooper Cobra radial GT tires, and the size is 225/70 R15s on all four corners, and the tread's in really good condition on this car. Let's work our way back towards the middle here, and we're going to talk a little bit about the driveline on this car. Once again, all original, numbers match here. This is a 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet engine, numbers matching. This has the turbo 350 automatic transmission, which was original to the car. The oil pan on the motor, the trans pan obviously on the transmission, all of that is nice and dry all the way around. It also has the plastic cover over the torque converter and flywheel. That's going to keep dirt and debris away from that flywheel there. All of your transmission lines, those are all in good shape and nice and dry also. As I look back here at the tail shaft of the transmission, also the output shaft seal, nice and dry all the way around. Transmission cross member, good and straight, and the actual tranny mount is in good condition as well. Obviously here we can see hanging down here the exhaust. Now this has a set of long tube headers coming off of that 350 motor. Obviously you see here a full dual exhaust, and again, real nice exhaust here too. This is a full, I believe, pipes exhaust. It's got the dual pipes mufflers. They're kind of like a turbo style muffler, and then of course it's got the tailpipes up over top of the rear end, exiting right out and underneath that rear bumper as it should. As far as the rest of what we can see here in the center of the car, so again, your subframe here is in great shape. Nice and straight, good and square here underneath. The actual body mounts, the bushings and so forth, those are fantastic. I mean, they're not crushed, there's not dry rotted or cracked or anything, so those are in good shape. The floors, for a 1980 Survivor car, these floors are really, really nice. I'm really not seeing any kind of patching or any kind of like repairs or anything on this. I see we have all of the bracing underneath here that would have been there. These are the stamped steel floors. Again, like I said, all original Survivor car here, and I see no issues with the floor whatsoever. Rockers are nice and solid on both sides. Pinch welds are really straight here, again for a 1980 car here. We even have all of the cables and so forth for the emergency brake, as you can see here, all routed, all hooked up, plumbed, and in working order. So again, you do have the emergency brake that is functional. We'll walk back here a little bit further. Of course, you have your fuel lines and your brake lines run along the pinch welds. Nice bends everywhere, nothing leaking. Everything looks nice and dry under here. When we get back here towards the rear end, obviously connecting our motor and tranny to the rear is our drive shaft. That is a balanced drive shaft. It is weighted, balanced. That's going to help eliminate driveline vibrations. Of course, now you can see those mufflers here real nice. Again, the full exhaust, just super nice here underneath this car. The rear end itself, this is the 10-bolt GM rear end here, 350 gear in this. It is a POSI unit. That is what it was from the factory. As far as the rest of the rear suspension, we do have the multi-leaf rear suspension. It does have a set of air shocks on it, which is nice. On a car like this, you can just simply get an air hose, raise or lower the rear end ride height, give it a little bit of rake if you want to, get it set in exactly where you like it. That just makes those shocks really handy. All of your bushings and mounting hardware for all of those are in great shape too. We've got the sway bar, not only just on the rear end, but I forgot to mention there is the sway bar up front too. And that's going to really help the suspension on this car. This car should, for a 1980, this car should corner really, really nice for you and handle really good. As you can see here also, the tailpipes. Very nice bends on everything here. Nice connections with the exhaust. Everything's all clamped up. Good and solid there for you. As far as the rear end itself goes, it still retains the little tag on here to identify it. All of your cover here, the seals and gaskets, all nice and dry here. As we look up, we see the fuel tank in here too. All of your straps, mounting hardware and such, all in really good shape here. And you can see how nice the tailpipes were done here. Again, just exiting out the rear of the car here, just below and just behind, or I guess in front of that rear bumper here. Trunk floor, from what we can see underneath here, looks to be in good, real good condition here. Obviously, we've seen the condition of it from outside of the car too. So again, no issues there. The rear frame sections, those rear dog legs there, those are nice and solid in good shape. Your sway bar, all of your bushings, your end links and so forth, everything's been checked. The bushings are in great shape. And again, everything is all good and roadworthy here on this particular car. Like I said, it is an all original Survivor car. But again, this would be a very nice car for somebody to get a hold of. Just because of the condition, you know, the metal that's on this car, it is really in good shape here for an 80 Camaro Survivor. So with that said, we'll go ahead, we'll let this car down off the lift now. We'll go underneath the hood. We're gonna fire up that original numbers match motor, let you hear what that engine and this full dual pipes exhaust all sound like.